Hey you watched the Goblin Slayer anime and you had a blast, but now that it's over you feel like you want more? Perhaps you've also read the manga and you desperately crave more Goblin Slayer content. Well, guess what? You won't have to wait for long. A new manga set in the world of Goblin Slayer is coming, and let me tell you, it looks awesome. Let me present to you Goblin Slayer Gaiden 2 Tsubanari no Daikatana, or, in English, Daikatana of Singing Death. In this video, I will present to you everything you'll need to know in order to get into this new manga, plus 3 reasons why you should be super excited about this new release. To begin with, let's look on the first promotional image for the manga. Wow, it looks so different than Goblin Slayer. I mean, the setting is pretty oriental and super ominous. We have all the main characters standing in front of what looks like the gates of hell, really. Look at that. It's almost like a dark temple or dungeon. And everyone seems to be kind of worried and ready for battle. So, without wasting any more time, here are the 3 reasons why you should be super excited about this. Number 1. The plot. For the very first time, an installment in the Goblin Slayer series takes us back in time, in a much darker era, and it's focused on a threat that could potentially end the world. Here's a small synopsis. 10 years after the events of Goblin Slayer Volume 1, in a time when chaos ruled the world, a handful of adventurers will face the greatest change of their life. The Demon Lord has been resurrected once again and has brought destruction to the land. A young sword maiden and a party of unknown adventurers have to travel into the edge of darkness and defeat the great evil. They have to complete one of the darkest and most dangerous dungeons in the world of Goblin Slayer. Number 2. Fresh new characters and more character development for Sword Maiden. The characters. A young Sword Maiden. As we can see, she has already lost her sight after the encounter with the goblins. The samurai, the protagonist, half-elf scout, an insect man or bug man who's also a monk. We've never seen his species before. A female warrior and a female wizard. Now, I have a pretty interesting theory about this mysterious samurai protagonist, so stick around until the end of the video. As you can see in the screenshots of the raw version, it still hasn't been translated. The characters are drawn a bit differently. Wait, is that Padfoot waitress? She looks totally different. Okay, maybe she's another member of her species, who knows. And here's a goblin, so we will get to see some goblins, at least in the form of flashbacks. You might ask, why should I care? Goblin Slayer doesn't appear to be in the story. Why should I read this? Number 3. A return to the basics. Well, my friends, I am blown away by this news, and here's why. With this spin-off, Goblin Slayer returns to its dark fantasy roots. With such a large party of adventurers, anyone could bite the dust, except perhaps the young sword maiden. There is no hero, no brave tale, and the setting looks really ominous. This is the thing that initially got me into Goblin Slayer, a dark, grim tale about a bunch of poor adventurers wandering through the dark, with death awaiting them at every corner. You see, one of the issues I've had with how the Goblin Slayer story developed is how the sense of danger was kinda lost. None of the characters in Goblin Slayer's party has died, so they all have a bit of plot armor. Plus, this is a new group, which means fresh group dynamics, characters, and interactions in general. Now, about that theory I was talking about. I have a theory, and it's not exclusively mine. I've seen it being talked about in Reddit too, that this samurai is the young king of the realm that we see in Goblin Slayer Volume 4, casually talking with Sword Maiden. Remember, from their conversations, it becomes apparent that they were adventuring together in the past, and he hadn't always been in the royal court. And isn't it convenient that we cannot see the face of the samurai? In all the pictures and promotional material of Tsubanari no Daikatana, he wears this large hat or the samurai helmet. Maybe because there will be some epic face reveal towards the end of the story? I know, you might say the hair color is different. The samurai has black and the king has a very light brown. But when it comes to hair color, the Goblin Slayer series has never been consistent. Like with Goblin Slayer's hair color being black and Druid Girl's hair color being pink. And what about Chosen Heroine, whose hair was originally orange? So, what do you guys think about this theory? Before you click away, you may want to take a look at my other Goblin Slayer lore videos, as well as my latest video on The Promised Neverland and my top 3 anime OVAs you probably haven't seen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and leave a like. I'm really excited about this new manga, guys, so leave a comment and tell me whether you're as excited as I am about Tsubanari no Daikatana. Till next time, fellow otaku adventurers.